Hey gang, Stan with Intentional Farms. I know it has been a long time since I've made a video. I've been terrible, been busy, kind of forgot about it, but definitely got a few more things that I want to be documenting. So today's Thursday, May 14th, I think, 2026. We just got done moving the sheep. We've got a small flock of hair sheep that we're using. A lot of this pasture was terrible stuff. So I just want to document kind of what they've been doing. That was a blackberry briar, still is. And those sheep, they don't eat the stems down very far. From what I understand, a goat will. I don't have any goats, don't care to have any goats, but they sure do a pretty good job as far as I'm concerned. I don't consider it a weed necessarily if there's a feed value in it. And those are some stems of blackberry briars that those sheep just got done with. So this was a pretty big paddock for where we were at. We were kind of moving pretty fast because we're in the spring flush, trying to get caught back up with our grass. I hope the wind noise isn't a problem. I'm going to document it anyway. Maybe a closed caption will pick it up. I don't know. But this was a pretty big paddock. Excuse me. So we didn't put a lot of pressure on them. You can see the stuff that they left. That's what they left. They got what they wanted. We've been moving them every other day. So the blackberries that were inside the paddock, that's what they look like. And this is a blackberry briar that is outside the paddock. You can see what kind of damage they're doing to those plants. And I will come through here with the tractor and a brush hog. I don't think I'll have time to do it this rotation, but I do try and brush hog everything once a year just to knock those stems back. They are definitely getting to be less and less every year. We're winning the war, but they're just a nuisance to walk through. So I will come through and hit those with the tractor and a brush hog probably next grazing. Just not gonna have time to do it now and got too many things to do. But the other thing I really wanted to see, to show and to document was this is the graze line. On the right is where they were at. On the left is untouched. That was outside the paddock. I don't know if this is going to come in on camera. I hope it is, because it's worth documenting. You can see that wheel track. The wheel track comes out up there in that taller grass. Just imagine that wheel track going completely through. This is a little grove of, they call it buckbrush. If you use your plant app, it'll show up as coralberry. I don't know what it is other than it's kind of a nuisance. It does have a feed value, but the worst part about it is it will get so thick, just like that stuff, that it shades out everything underneath it, and there can be nothing grows. So that's some stuff that I've been trying to keep beat back with the brush hog. This is the first time I've noticed the sheep really putting the hurt into it. So that is what it looks like when they got done. This was a little grove or a little bunch of this stuff. I drove the mule through here, and then we put our fence in a wheel track. We smashed the grass down, just makes it easier. And that's what was outside the paddock. That has had zero animal impact on it. You can see how thick it is, how just absolutely shaded out it will keep that soil and the forages below it. So again, the sheep aren't eating the stems all the way back. They will nibble them off. They're not eating just the leaves. They're getting some of the stems off the end, but they are getting a feed value, and they are also setting this stuff back. So we let them eat it first, and then what's in here that we don't like, we will hit it at least once a year with the brush hog. So the paddock, you can hardly see up here because there was so much grass, but the paddock on the right from that wheel track is where they just came from. The paddock on the left was outside the fence. They did not eat that. I didn't take time to move that fence over. I had to shoot them across the creek. So they're adapting really well. We just came out of a paddock. There's a pretty good stand of poison hemlock that I can't tell if they're nibbling on it or eating it or just rubbing on it, but I have seen several of them rubbing on it, and they tend to break off all of those lower stems. So haven't seen any ill effects to the animals, but again, there's just a little bit in a pasture in a paddock, and this was a pretty big paddock. So that's an old wood line. That used to be completely solid. You couldn't even get through there, and I cleaned it out and trimmed it up. So the forage in there is pretty sorry. There's a bunch of pokeweed and some scrubby stuff coming back. But anyway, we're kind of gaining on it, and I really just wanted to document this because I know this buckbrush can be a real nuisance. If it gets real thick, it'll plumb take over, and I'm encouraged to see that this is what it looks like after the sheep have been through here, and that's what it looks like with no sheep impact on it. So anyway, you guys be blessed. Have a great day.